here because the winds are calm.
They're extremely calm right now.
Maestro, come on up with the music. Ladies and gentlemen, from the opposite ends of the runway, with the smoke coming on, the Iron Eagles Aerobatic Team, as they have our crossing at this point, continue on down. They'll pull off and up to the right and up to the left. Alignment the aircraft 5/8 loop. On a 45-degree downline, they'll half roll the aircraft for the half Cuban 8 turning maneuver. Once again, and they'll turn the smoke off. They'll join up out here on the left side, and they'll be inbound momentarily. These airplanes were modified by Bill Gordon, who is also the chief pilot and head of restoration at the old Rhinebeck Aerodrome in Rhinebeck, New York. Bill is also a very accomplished steerman pilot, as he flies several different wing walkers in the airshow business. Watch for the smoke to come on, and that's made by injecting a thin corvus oil into the hot exhaust system. Down comes the smoke, down comes the nose. They increase their speed to over 200 miles an hour for the entry of the formation loop. Holding in perfect formation as they climb the aircraft. This is their trademark of close they fly. Waking up at the start of the end of the world. Look how close those wingtips are together as they complete the second series of formation moves. Speed is equal. The airplanes weigh 27 different pounds between the two aircraft. Going up into the vertical out here on the right side, they'll separate just a little bit up on top for the formation hammerhead turnaround. Right straight back down at the ground, building up a lot of speed as they trade off that altitude, turning into airspeed. They'll blow up and away right out here at Airshow Center. There are four such aircraft in the United States today. Holding that perfect tight coordination as they make a turn and over out there on the left side. They'll be inbound once again with a formation barrel roll. This is the 21st year of the Iron Eagles Aerobatic Team. I've been with them since they started. Bill Gordon and I have been together for 25 years as they go over across the town. We're halfway around. Billy Segalla and I celebrate our 36th year in the Airshow business together this year. Out here on the right side, once again they'll go up into the vertical. 5/8 of a loop, or the half Cuban 8. On a 45-degree downline, one aircraft will remain in the inverted position. Billy Segalla will start the barber pole roll. Half rolling to the upright position is Bill Gordon. He calls smoke off. Bill Gordon has done most of the conversion work on these two aircraft. They're powered by the IO 540, putting out 330 horsepower. And they spin the propeller of champions, the MT 3-bladed composite propeller made in Germany. Down comes the nose once again. He pulls right here as they enter Airshow Center. One aircraft will half roll. We'd like to dedicate this maneuver to the victims of 9/11 and the surviving families from the Iron Eagles, a heart in the sky for 9/11. Going to the opposite ends of the runway, up on a 45, half rolls to the inverted, for the reverse half Cuban 8 maneuver and down the backside. As they approach Airshow Center, they'll have a closing speed of over 300 miles an hour for the opposing slow roll. Crossing with minimum separation. acceleration at Airshow Center, still continuing to the opposite ends of the runway. He calls full now, and he's going to take it up into the vertical once again. Over the top. He'll establish that 45-degree downline for the half-Cuban 8 maneuver. Bring the aircraft back into Airshow Center once again. Now keep your eyes on the aircraft for the opposing 4-point roll. There's 3 and number 4. On each point of that roll, they'll momentarily halt the aircraft before proceeding to the next one. Going up, rolling the aircraft, one full vertical roll and up on the top. The airspeed goes right to 0, kicks the rudder, and brings it right straight back into our demonstration area. Once again, down over the top of the trees, and they pull right at Airshow Center over across the top. Flying an aircraft, still going up upside down for the opposing loops. Now as they go up into the vertical out here on the right and on the left, they'll quarter roll the aircraft on the vertical up line. You'll look at the bottom of one aircraft and the top of the other. Quarter roll on the downside. They enter the aerobatic zone once again, bringing it right down over the top of the trees, and they cross right at Airshow Center, once again climbing the aircraft, taking it up over across the top. One aircraft, half rolls right there for the half-Cuban 8, and we exit Airshow Center, once again getting back into formation. Now they make a clearing maneuver out here on the left side. And we'll go direct to the cockpit and listen to Bill Gordon as he calls the next series of maneuvers.
Rolling right. Everything green? Load it up. Here we go. That's 2. Those are coming down. Ready on the phone. Up on now.
You'll notice that there's one pilot that does all the talking.
Here we go. Still start coming up and away.
A 1/4 cloverleaf maneuver.
Over a little bit. Slide it down on the green. Here we go. Right back up now.
The switchblade hammerhead turnaround.
Good to the right. Hey, now.
As they turn in towards one another, he calls pull now, and they go to opposite ends of the runway once again.
They go to Humphrey. Ready. Pull it now. Vertical. After. And pull it.
A maneuver called the Humpty Bump.
Not bad. 3 on the 3. Here we go. iPad now.
Now these airplanes aren't designed to fly on their side like that. There's a lot of top rudder being used right there.
Roll it half. Pull it now.
One full roll and a half on the 45-degree upline, recovering and inverted. He'll pull it over across the top and down the back side. Now, as they approach Airshow Center, they'll slow the aircraft down to about 135 to 140 miles an hour. Pull up sharply to a 45 for the opposing snap roll maneuver. These are both home-built aircraft. Bill Gordon built his in a period of 12 months from the time he opened the crate to the time he spun the propeller. Up on top, airspeed goes right to 0, kicks the rudder. Billy Segalla will quarter roll out of the area, and inbound on the right is Bill Gordon for the 8-point hesitational roll. There's 4 points, halfway around, 5, 6, 7, and the 8-point hesitation roll. Once again, they'll join up out here on the left side. He calls smoke on now. Ladies and gentlemen, the squirrel cage loop. Right here at Airshow Center, he calls second loop now as they take it up into the vertical, across the top, upside down on the shoulder harnesses and the seatbelts. Clearing Airshow Center, they exit out here to the right side. Build up a lot of speed. He'll pull back the stick on the aircraft, taking it up into the vertical. For the hammerhead turn around in trail. Now I hope he misses him on the way down. Up on top, Bill Gordon kicks hard left rudder right now, followed very closely by Billy Segalla, and establish that perfect vertical down line. As they come across, they'll pull up and away at Airshow Center. For the crossfire roll. Now he calls for smoke off. These airplanes are equipped with 66 gallons of fuel. It gives them a flight duration of about 4 hours. As we need it, we have crossed the Gulf of Mexico 6 times with these aircraft, overflying the tip of Cuba with prior permission to do air shows down in Central and South America. Inbound out here on the left side once again. Bill Gordon pulls up, rolls to the inverted, and Billy Segalla comes right up underneath him. Ladies and gentlemen, come here and believe it or not, there is about 8 feet between the tips of those propellers, which is not a lot of room. You'll notice he pulls over and away and allows his teammate Bill Gordon to half roll the aircraft to the upright position. Billy and I started Northeast Air Shows 36 years ago, and at our high point we had 42 different aircraft that we used in the air show business. Bill Gordon joined us 25 years ago, flew for us for about 3.5, 4 seasons as a solo pilot, and then we started putting the team together. Now out here on the right side, get your cameras ready for this beautiful formation photo pass. Ladies and gentlemen, with your programs, the Iron Eagles Aerobatics Team. Now these fellows make it look real easy, but I'll tell you what, yesterday they had a rough ride out here because we had a pretty stiff crosswind all afternoon. We have flown shows all over the United States, down into Central America, Mexico, and lower Central America. We just returned from Oshkosh, Wisconsin this year at AirVenture out there, where we flew every other day for a week. It was a beautiful time out there, and we saw some absolutely gorgeous airplanes. Now, after they land and take a breather and get a cold drink of water, they'll be along the spectator line as they have photos of the aircraft that they will sign for you. If you'd like a picture of the Iron Eagles Aerobatics Team, just get over along the fence line and they'd be more than happy to autograph your programs and hand you a nice 8x10 picture of the Iron Eagle Aerobatics Team.
What about your picture, Al?
Yeah, believe it or not, I think there is a little one on the back page. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoyed the Iron Eagles Aerobatics Team here this afternoon as much as we enjoyed performing for you. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the sponsors of the show who have been very, very gracious to us. We hope to return here in the future. We will be back tomorrow, as we plan on doing another show tomorrow, it takes just a minute to get these airplanes shut down and that canopy open. These are throw-over side-mounted canopies, which they can jettison in a case of an emergency. You'll notice they S-turn these airplanes as they taxi in. And it does take just a minute to shut the aircraft down. And this is what they call blowing smoke. It's a non-toxic smoke, so don't worry if you get a whiff of it. Yeah.
Once you regain consciousness, it's not bad at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring them out of the cockpit. From Copake, New York, flying the #1 aircraft, Mr. Bill Gordon, and his teammate from Canaan, Connecticut, Mr. Billy Segalla. Now they'll be along the fence line here in just a couple of minutes after they get a cold drink of water, and they do have some handouts for the kids and pictures, and they'll sign your programs and the pictures if you would like them to. And at this time, I'm going to turn it back to my good bud up here, Mr. Howdy McCann.
Al, I think, man, I see Kendall Simpson wandering the show line down there. He's signing autographs.